Types of communities and its differences. The formal and informal communities. The formal community are established by organizations to achieve some specific objectives. A particular group has a particular structures and roles where responsibilities of members of the group are defined. Formal community is characterized by well-defined rules and regulations, determined objectives and policies, and strict observance. Official patterns of coordination and control, workflow, authority, and communication that channel the activity of members of an organization. Example of actors are private business such as multinational corporations, corporate firms, and listed, traded companies. The informal community. Informal community are formed by the members of such groups by themselves. They emerge naturally, in response to the common interests of organizational members. These are groups that get created spontaneously as soon as individuals start interacting each other. It is characterized of evolving constantly, dynamic and responsive, and treats people alike. This sector is often described by economists as the shadow of the economy because it exists behind the state supervision. Examples of actors that are underground economy such as fishbowl vendors, freelance workers, and street vendors. The groups formed by the management of the organization for accomplishing a specific task are known as formal groups. The groups that are formed by the employees themselves as per their likes and prejudices is known as informal groups. In a formal group, the relationship between the members is professional, they gather just to accomplish the task allotted to them. On the other hand, in an informal group, there is a relationship between members where they share their opinions, experiences, and information with each other. Rural and urban communities. Rural community. Rural community consists of agricultural lands, also referred as pre-industrial communities. A community away from the city with a lot of open space and natural areas. Rural community is an area which is under development and not civilized, based on geographical conditions. This society has homogeneity in its profession, that is their only source of earning is agriculture and is transmitted from generation to generation. In 1990, in the Philippines physical structure of rural communities, nearly 6 out of every 10 Filipinos lived in villages or barangays. Each barangay consisted of a number of sitios, neighborhoods, clusters of households that were the basic building blocks of society above the family. Each sitio is comprised of 15 to 30 households, and barangays numbered 150 to 200 households. As a rule, barangays also contain school, 1 to 2 retail stores and a small Catholic chapel. Combined administratively into municipalities. The term, social structure, applies to the particular arrangement of interrelated institutions, agencies and social patterns as well as the statuses and roles, which each person assumes in the group. Talcott Parsons. Urban community. Urban community pertains to highly industrialized communities in a city with not much open space and natural areas. Urban community is an area which is developed and civilized, based on geographical conditions. Urban society is thickly populated because many people comes from rural areas and settles down here for better facilities of life. This society has homogeneity in profession. It means that there are many professions through which people can earn. In urban areas there is difference in dress, language and customs because there are a variety. Based on the density of population, development, amenities, employment opportunities, education, etc., human settlement is majorly divided into 2 categories, i.e. urban and rural. Urban refers to a human settlement where the rate of urbanization and industrialization is high. On the other hand, in a rural settlement, is one where the rate of urbanization is quite slow. Another important difference between the 2 human settlements is that while urban areas are highly populated, rural areas have comparatively less population than the urban ones.
Local and global communities. The local community. A local community is a group of interacting people sharing an environment. In human communities, intent, belief, resources, preferences, needs, risks, and a number of other conditions may be present in common, affecting the identity of the participants and their degree of cohesiveness. The political structure of city. The chartered city is also a unit of local administration. It is created by a special law which serves as its charter. The charter is the constitution of the city. The charter creates the city, defines its boundaries, provides its system of government, and defines the powers and duties of its officials. A city or any of its officials cannot perform any official act which is not permitted by its charter. The city elective officials are the mayor, vice mayor, and the members of the board of councilors. They are elected for a term of 3 years. The political structure of barangay. Each municipality or city is composed of a number of villages or barangays. The barangays are the smallest units of local government in the Philippines. They are governed by the Barmo Charter. The elective officials of the barangays are the barangay captain and the barangay councilors. As chief executive, the barangay captain is its recognized leader. He enforces all the laws and ordinances applicable to his constituency. He may organize fire brigades, preside over all meetings both of the barangay council and assembly, organize groups of citizens to fight criminality and brigandage, and approve all payments from barangay funds. Global community. The people or nations of the world, considered as being closely connected by modern telecommunications and as being economically, socially, and politically interdependent. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, was established on 8 August 1967 in Bangkok, Thailand, with the signing of the ASEAN Declaration, Bangkok Declaration, by the founding fathers of ASEAN, namely Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore and Thailand. Brunei Darussalam then joined on 7 January 1984, Vietnam on 28 July 1995, Laos PDR and Myanmar on 23 July 1997 and Cambodia on 30 April 1999, making up what is today the 10 member states of ASEAN. The aims and purposes of ASEANS are to accelerate the economic growth, social progress and cultural development in the region through joint endeavors in the spirit of equality and partnership. To promote regional peace and stability through abiding respect for justice and the rule of law in the relationship among countries of the region and adherence to the principles of the United Nations Charter. To promote active collaboration and mutual assistance on matters of common interest in the economic, social, cultural, technical, scientific and administrative fields. To provide assistance to each other in the form of training and research facilities in the educational, professional, technical and administrative spheres. To collaborate more effectively for the greater utilization of their agriculture and industries, the expansion of their trade, including the study of the problems of international commodity trade, the improvement of their transportation and communications facilities and the raising of the living standards of their people. The United Nations. Nature and purpose. The United Nations is primarily a peacekeeping organization. But it has other important jobs, too. It helps nations deal with economic and social problems. It promotes respect for human rights. It works to advance justice and international law. And it helps victims of wars, famines, and other disasters. Another nature and purpose of the United Nations is to maintain international peace and security, protect human rights, deliver humanitarian aid, promote sustainable development and uphold international law. The sectoral and social spaces. Sectoral spaces. The term community sector means community-based organizations, institutions, and initiatives, as opposed to those operated by state government, national or international groups or large corporations. Community sectors refers to the various groups that people in the larger community might be divided into for reasons of common social, political, economic, cultural, or religious interests. The sectoral spaces consists of education. This sector talks on public and private K-12 schools, public and private preschools, public and private colleges and universities, school committees, school administrators, teachers, and other educational employees, parents, students, and etc. Art and culture. The arts community comprises artists of all stripes, musicians, dancers and choreographers, writers, actors and directors, designers, visual artists, as well as arts organizations, theaters, orchestras, museums, galleries, and those who work as support staff in the arts: stagehands, cameramen, electricians, set builders, etc. It also includes regular consumers and supporters of the arts. Religion. Places of worship and their members and religious organizations, e.g., Knights of Columbus, Christians, of all faiths. The community is a large city. This sector may include the hierarchy of a national church as well, a Roman Catholic archbishop, for instance. Social justice. The local and state police, the court system, judges, probation officers, prosecutors, court-appointed defense lawyers, court-mandated programs for offenders, etc. The social space. Mass media, the means of communication that reach large numbers of people in a short. The media now includes not only time, such as television, newspapers, magazines, and radio. Newspapers and magazines, radio, and TV. Social media. Forms of electronic communication, such as websites for social networking and microblogging, through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content, such as videos. Social media is any digital tool that allows users to quickly create and share content with the public. That ends our presentation about the types of communities and its differences.
Thank you for listening.